allow yourself a moment to become comfortable, at least as comfortable as the moment allows. Give yourself permission that just for the moment you're going to allow yourself to be as comfortable as you can be. Allow yourself the space that you can sit and listen and relax as comfortably as the space allows. And begin by taking a few slow breaths. And as you're taking those few slow breaths, and as you're listening to my voice and you're noticing yourself settling more and more into that space of comfort, when you're ready, you can allow your eyes to close, noticing that as you do so, it becomes easier to concentrate on the sound of my voice, and easier to notice that space of comfort that you can allow to develop and to grow and to become more comfortable. And also allowing your thoughts and your attention to go inside, to be able to explore within yourself, to find those most comfortable thoughts and feelings that would allow you that very, very relaxed, easy state of mind and body. And it may be that you've experienced a trance like this before. Maybe this is your very first experience of this. And if it is your first experience, then it's easy to pretend that you've experienced this many times before. And if you have experienced this many times before, it's also easy to experience this as though it is the very first time that you have had this experience. Because whether this experience is novel, or whether this experience is a deepened repeat of a previous experience, it's easy to imagine how good and comforting this experience can be. To be safe in the knowledge that you can return, and that each time you return it will be more and more beneficial, more and more complete, more and more easier than at any time before. And as you know from those experiences, as you know from your own direct experience, that as you relax and as you allow yourself to breathe more comfortably, not forcing anything, just allowing the breath to flow softly in and out, allowing you time and space that you can become absorbed within your own thoughts, and that you can forget for a little while the rest of the world and all that is going on. It's usual business. And one of the most soothing, relaxing recognitions is to know that you don't really have to pay any attention to anything other than what pleases you for this moment. And the nature of the conscious mind is such that it will drift naturally from here to there and to nowhere, in no particular order. And whenever your conscious mind drifts to any moment, it's fine. Whether you notice the routine sounds of the environment, or you notice your own thoughts, or you notice your own reaction to the different things that I may say, or to the changes that take place within your body as your mind drifts to the different levels of awareness, it can be very comforting to know that this is the very nature of that conscious part of your mind, that it can drift in and out. It can notice and not notice. It can think and enjoy not having to think or having to analyze, and so it can accept easily the different possibilities. And while your conscious mind is certainly capable of processing whatever it happens to notice, the part of you that is infinitely more interesting and more powerful is your unconscious mind. That part of you that can listen and can respond even when and if your conscious mind drifts elsewhere. And your own unconscious mind has abilities that your conscious mind can sometimes forget about. And when you're conscious of your unconscious mind's abilities, and you can consciously analyze and access that unconscious awareness, your unconscious awareness of what your conscious mind knows and does not know, and what's easier to understand consciously than unconsciously. That's when you can begin to appreciate the comfort of recognizing exactly how the mind and the body can work closely together sometimes, when that's important, and how at other times maybe the conscious mind and the unconscious mind can drift off somewhere else entirely. And the mind's greatest ability is its freedom. Its freedom to go wherever the imagination wills. And some people like that freedom of having their minds float through space and through time. Others like to drift back in time to the comfort of a very special, soothing place. A place that's prominent in their memory and is vivid to their senses, and the fact that your mind can drift off way over there while your body rests here now is certainly an interesting experience. And you can notice, maybe consciously and unconsciously, that you are having an experience, and that experience can develop in any way that is appropriate for you. And sometimes people forget how, when their mind is drifting there and their body is resting here, that their body can continue to take complete care of itself. The automatic, unconscious, self-preserving nature of your body over here can give your mind the comfort over there, and allows a comfortable distance that gives you the freedom to simply know how differently you can feel. As when your mind drifts, that's when it's easier to notice things and to not notice things. And each is simply achieved. And I don't know whether you will know that you have noticed that your breathing has shifted, that your pulse rate has dropped, and what it feels like to have your body somewhere close enough to use it if you want it or need it, but without that affecting your freedom to float freely and comfortably, to drift in your mind, to explore that experience of being light, floating freely. And as you allow yourself just a moment to imagine what that experience would be like, that interesting sensation, it can be interesting to discover how easy it is to forget, to notice where your left foot is positioned relative to your right foot, until I draw attention to it, what it feels like to have the collar of your clothing touching your neck. It's easy to forget what it feels like to have your arms resting neatly, or the chair supporting your body comfortably. And you know, and I know, that the mind and body are closely related, as are thoughts and feelings, as is past and present. And you're also very aware that things change, and that awareness shifts and alters and provides a buffer, a comfort zone that leaves just enough room between the present and the past to make the present a comfortable gift that you can enjoy for months to come. And as you allow that comfort zone to begin to be seen, to be enjoyed, to be experienced, now, in the moment between the past and the future, where this present moment can be just comfortable enough to notice how easy that moment can be developed and lengthened, as a moment and an experience of that moment becomes a moment of experience of a longer moment. One day at a time, one moment at a time. And you know that sometimes people don't understand the relationship between the past and the present any more than they understand the relationship between thoughts and feelings. But you have a feeling that your thoughts matter, and your thoughts about your feelings can allow your feelings some distance, a safe, comfortable distance between what you experience now and what you felt then, between this moment and a previous moment, between this moment and a future moment. There is space, a safe, comfortable distance between what you're thinking now and what you will think tomorrow. And you'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out what your conscious mind knows, and that your unconscious mind has already discovered that it takes far more effort than it's worth to move a hand or shift position, or to simply listen and follow along with the sound of my voice, to follow along with the meaning behind the words, behind the tone and the structure of everything I'm saying. It's easier to allow your unconscious simply to drift and float. You can be so much more comfortable sitting beside yourself, so much more comfortably, when your mind is here and your body is here, and it's just enough distance to be so much more comfortable than you thought you could ever be. And you may become aware of that interesting sensation of being separate from your body, and having all of yourself in the experience of this moment, this trance. And you know, and I know, that this distance, as your body feels on one level, it also feels close on another level. To be aware of its need to continue to breathe, softly in and slowly out, effortlessly looking after itself, comfortably, relaxing. And as your mind continues to float there, and as your body continues to rest comfortably here, your conscious mind may certainly be curious about those comfortable sensations and how long this moment can create itself and can continue effortlessly and easily. And it's good to know you don't really have to analyze too carefully which part of you is the most comfortable at the moment. And it's good to know that you don't really have to analyze too carefully which part of you is the most comfortable at the moment, which part of you is the freest or the most relaxed. You can simply allow yourself instead to enjoy each and every part of that comfort, each and every aspect of that relaxation that continues, that goes along, without really being sure exactly where your fingers are, where your toes are, where your hair is. And it can be very soothing to know that you can drift back into an awareness of your body when you choose, and that for a moment you can simply enjoy the choice, that choice of letting your mind be there while your body rests comfortably here. And I know that doesn't make much sense to your conscious mind, but fortunately, even though your conscious mind is very smart, your unconscious mind is much smarter than you are. And all the learnings of your lifetime allow you the comfortable position now of being able to drift freely, far enough away, yet close enough to your body, to be so comfortable in ways your conscious mind is only beginning to discover. And each time you choose to listen to this tape, and each time that you sit quietly with your eyes closed, your unconscious mind can add a new and interesting dimension to this experience. It can create for you whichever experience is the most appropriate experience for your overall awareness of your ability to be as close to or as far away from your body as you'd like to be. And when you recognize powerfully within yourself how much more control you have than you ever thought possible, then you can enjoy the feeling of comfort. And I mean really enjoy noticing those feelings of comfort now, knowing that you can rest comfortably and that you can heal surprisingly quickly now that more parts of you have begun some of the work. And so I'd like you to take your time and begin to reorient yourself to whatever degree you wish in order to bring yourself back to the present moment, bringing yourself up out of whatever trance. And by that I mean that if you choose to keep your body in trance while you bring your mind out of trance, I can certainly understand that choice. Or if you choose to bring your body out of trance but leave the comfort intact to enjoy the rest of the day, I can certainly understand that choice. And whatever choice you make, you'll certainly be aware that when you allow your eyes to open, you'll be ready to get on with the rest of your day in a much more comfortable state of mind and body, and that will certainly be an eye-opening experience.